The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by Big D's Tack and Bet Supply, Cool Winds Farm, Midland Acres, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, and thestable.ca. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Good afternoon, racing fans, and welcome to the Muskingum County Fair in Zanesville, Ohio. We have 8 races on tap for you tonight. 2-year-old colt pacers, 2-year-old colt trotters, 3-year-old filly pacers, and 3-year-old filly trotters, and a free-for-all trot. Looking for big things tonight. They set 3 track records last night. Busted one just by a little bit, but a couple of them they really broke the track record. So we'll tell you about those a little bit later. This is the 175th annual Muskingum Fair. We have 42 horses in tonight, 20 different trainers. We also have a couple of other fairs in progress right now. Salina started at 6 o'clock, and Troy is starting at 6:30, so you can go to harnessracingohio.com, and hopefully you can see all 3 there and bounce back and forth between those 3 fairs. So we will be back with the first after these messages.
The Muskingum County Agricultural Society was formed in early 1848. After just a few short months of planning, the organization held their first fair at the courthouse in Zanesville, Ohio. The 2-day event exhibited the best livestock and produce around. Entries and attendance grew every year, and the fair soon outgrew its humble beginnings. 5 years after the Muskingum County Fair's founding, land was purchased to provide a permanent home. Between fairgoers, livestock, and racehorses, the grounds were packed. Concurrent with the times, the biggest show was undoubtedly harness racing. Back then, standardbreds still raced in multiple heats per day. Winners divided $250 among themselves. One early fair was particularly rainy. Reports show that catch drivers increased their rates from 15 cents to 25 that year. Today, both the trot and pace track records are held by the Wadaker family. Past the Vape, the record-holding trotter, went on to even be named the 2020 Ohio Age Trotter of the Year. The Muskingum County Fair is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Welcome back to the Muskingum County Fair. Don Holden and myself, Susan Schroeder, here to bring you the action tonight. It is 77 degrees. Which fooled me because I thought it was about like 110. But the humidity must be really high. It did have some drizzling here later. The grounds is kind of wet, but the track looks good. I don't see any water standing anywhere on the track, so it's looks pretty good for tonight, and we've got some good action for you. The first race is a 2-year-old colt pace. These are Southern Valley Colt Circuit races tonight, and this is the first of 2 divisions for this race. We've got some rather green horses in here, and then we've got some that have been pacing a little bit. The one horse, AVF Bert R, has only had 1 lifetime start, qualified at Scioto Downs, but ran a little bit there, and then went to Athens and also ran, paced in 2:11 and 3. The 2-horse Little Dude is a Buckeye Classic sale purchase for $6,500, and he raced at Scioto Downs in a qualifier in 2 minutes and 3/5, then went to Mount Vernon, finished 5th, but paced in 2:3, and Piketon paced in 2:3 and 1. Out of the 3-hole, we have Trey on the Beach, and this colt's been a little bit faster. He went at Northfield and paced his fastest mile there. This was back in the beginning of July, and paced his mile in 1:58 flat, last quarter in 28 and 4. Then he went to the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield and paced in 1:59. And at Scioto on 7:29 went in 58 and 3. So this colt has the most speed in the bunch. Gator at the Well will leave from the 4-hole. And the fastest he has paced is a qualifier at Northfield in 2:2 and 1. Then raced over at Hilliard, finished 3rd, and paced his mile in 2:2 and 4. And Mount Vernon paced in 2:4. Cruisin' RNR will be leaving from the 5-hole. And he has quite a nice fast mile. It was over at Scioto in Colton Gelding's non-winners of 1 pari-mutuel race lifetime. And he paced his mile in 56 and 2. And right before that, he had qualified at Scioto in 2 minutes and 4/5. Then went to Piketon in 2:5 and 4, and Athens in 2:7 and 1. Get Extreme has the 6-hole, and fastest mile for that horse has been 2:3 and 1 at Washington Courthouse. So these are all maidens. No one has won a race yet. The 6-horse Get Extreme sold at the Buckeye Classic sale for $18,000 and is a full brother to a horse called Free Thinker, who had a 3-year-old record at 1:52 and 2 and made $105,000 plus. I think they're gathering up for the post parade. Two-year-old colt pace track record is by D.S. Noble, driver David Hawk, and that goes all the way back to 2001, and that was in 2:1. As I said earlier, they broke 3 track records last night. The all-age pace track record was held by Cody Hanover in 57 and 2 from 2020, and this year MJ's Reflection driver Alex Hawk went in 1:57 and 1. So that is the all-age pace record. The 3-year-old colt trot record is now held by Naughty Triumphant in 2:1 and 1, and the 2-year-old filly pace record is now held by Fear the Beach, 2:2 flat. So I think that the track is good. Anytime you can break a track record, it's good. But if you break 3 track records, it's great.
For this evening's first division 2-year-old colt pace, $4,866. Blanket by Con's Potato Chips. Number 1 is AVF Birdar, owned and trained by Frank Johnson of Hamden, Ohio. The driver, Dave Young II. Number 2 is Little Dude, owned and trained by Melvin Byler of Salesville, Ohio. The driver, Brady Clemens. Number 3, Trey on the Beach, Shell Button of Isley. Jeff Ebersold trains her. The driver, Derek Wadiker. Number 4, Gator at the Well, Owned by George Burkhold of Saratoga, Florida. Trained and trained by Darren Harvey. Number 5, Cruisin' RNR. TKO Racing Stable, Greenfield, Indiana. Carter trains the driver, Dustin Bothman. And number 6, Get Extreme. Folk Stable, Springfield, Ohio. William Hart, Carmel, Maine. Clarence Folk, the trainer. Sean Barker II in the bike. Win place show. Perfecta Quinella, $2 try, daily double. No changes. Into second race, second half the double. No changes.
Okay, you see that Derek Wadaker is driving the 3-horse, and before yesterday, Derek held 5 of the track records. So there's 10 track records at a facility, the 8 divisions, the 2 and 3-year-olds, and then the aged horses. So he held half of those as a driver, so kind of impressive. I understand this is his home track, so I guess he does have home field advantage. This is not, well, this is a little bit of an endorsement. This trophy is by Kahn's Potato Chips, and I just had some right out here in back of the grandstand. The Veterans Administration is selling soda and potato chips, so Kahn's Potato Chips, pretty good, and nice that they are sponsoring a race. This fair, I don't know if you can see it on the backside when Don shows the backside. There are a number of rides really close to the track. So there's the Ferris wheel and the zipper and goodness knows what else some of those things are called. Kind of scary looking, but horses, you're just moving by them like it's nothing there.
It's post time, race 1. Your official starter, Mike Wapkenberg. He's the starter at Dayton Raceway, Miami Valley. He's got most of the county fairs. And again this year, Mike will be starting the Little Brown Jug in Delaware, Ohio. That's the 3rd Thursday in September. Mike's also the captain of Superior Sulky Company. For all your horse needs, see Big Night in the starting gate. He'll get you taken care of at a reduced price. Gates rolling for this evening's first. First division, 2 Old Colt Pacers are on, moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Little Dude going for the lead. Up on the outside, Get Extreme and Daryl Wadaker with a brush on the outside to take command as they race around the turn. Get Extreme and Barker has circled and took command. Little Dude is second. Wadaker pacing third with Trey on the Beach and moving to the outside. AVF Bird R fourth, racing fifth. Cruisin' RNR, the trailer. AVF R Bird. How much? 29-4. Up on the outside, Trey on the Beach and Wadaker to take command. Racing second, Get Extreme. Little Dude is third. Cruisin' RNR fourth. Racing on the inside, Gator at the Well, the trailer, AVF Bird R. They're by the half, 101 and 2, smoking into the turn. Trey on the Beach, on top by a length and a quarter. Racing second, Get Extreme, and Barker's got a handful there. Little Dude coming to the outside third. Cruisin' RNR up on the outside fourth. Inside fifth, Gator at the Well. They rock and roll to the 3/4 mile mark. Out of the pocket, Get Extreme, and Barker to the front end. Little Dude second. 3/4, 133. Around the turn, Get Extreme shows the way. Little Dude charging on the outside. Trey on the Beach third, and down the stretch they motor. Get Extreme. Sean Barker poured it on. Get Extreme. Little Dude. Trey on the Beach got the shodo.
Unofficially, that was Get Extreme. Sean Barker II driving for Clarence Falk.
Six, 2, 3, 29 and 4, 101 and 2, 133, 202, 1/5. First of the season for Get Extreme.
Get Extreme in 202 and 1. Track record has been held here for the 2-year-old Colt Pacers for 20 years in 2-1 by D.S. Noble. The first division of the 2-year-old Colt Pace goes to Get Extreme. This is one of those fairs that parks people in the infield, and it's very nice to see they have sheriff's deputies.
Back to the winner's circle, winner of the first.
Infield.
2-year-old Colt Pace, $4,866. Blanket by Cons Potato Chips. Folk Stable Incorporated of Springfield, Ohio. Bill Hart of Carmel, Maine. Clarence Folk, the trainer. Sean Parker II, the winning driver. Number 6, Get Extreme. 2-year-old by Western Vintage. First of the season, 202, 1/5. 623 official.
Get Extreme in the winner's circle, getting a picture taken. Nice looking Western Vintage Colt out of an always.
It's official for the first. Number 1 AFB Bird R6. 2 Little Dude 2. 3 Trey on the Beach 3. 4 Gator at the Well 5. 5 Cruisin' RNR 4. 6 Get Extreme, the race winner. 29 and 4. 101 and 2. 133. 202 and 1. 623, 54, 1 on the bottom. 202 and 1. Bring your horses on the track for the second. There's no changes. Win, place, show, perfecta, quinella, trifecta. Windows are open.
Okay, the second race coming up is a 2-year-old Colt Trot. There are 6 in it. There are no driver changes. So we will be back to discuss race 2 after these brief messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Hey, we are back at the Muskingum County Fair in Zanesville, Ohio. I just checked out the harnessracingohio.com website, and all three places are going on there, so you can go to the Harness Racing Ohio, and all 3 racetracks are live, and underneath each racetrack you will find the racing program. So underneath the Mercer County is the Mercer County Fair program, underneath Miami County is their program, and under Muskingum is the Muskingum program. So hopefully real easy for you to switch back and forth. You can see lots of races tonight because there are lots going on in the state of Ohio tonight. There's also some interesting things I found out about Zanesville, that there's a John and Annie Glenn Museum here and a Zane Grey Museum. Now, I'm not a Western reader, but I understand that he is the father of American Western literature, so there's a museum for him. And there's also a 3-way bridge called the Y Bridge. It's one of very few bridges of this type in the U.S., so you go on, they say if you go on it, you just have to turn right. So no matter where you are on it, you turn right. So I think that would be interesting to see. So let's go to the second race, the 2-year-old colt trot. First of 2 divisions. The purse is $5,091. Total purse for the 2 is $10,182. The number 1 horse is Fredemio. Not sure exactly how to say it. Sounds like saying I don't know either. Fredemio, think Fred, F-R-E-D-D-I-M-O. Fredimo, that's better. Fredimo.
That's my best guess.
Yeah. Well, Fredimo won his last start at Athens in 2-7, came last quarter in 29-3. A couple starts before that at Piketon and Mount Vernon, he had run quite a bit and finished distance, but hopefully now Fredimo has his act together. 2 horses, Okie Dokie Smoky. Okie Dokie Smoky was a Ohio Select yearling sale of $13,000, and won his last start at Athens in 2-11-1, and the start before that had finished second at Piketon and trotted his mile in 2-9-1. And Okie Dokie Smoky is also a half-brother to a horse called Topville Avatar, who is a Swan for All and has a mark of 155-2 and made $158,000 plus. Long John Woody is the 3 horse, and he's been real consistent. Trotted in 2-12-1 at Mount Vernon, 2-10-3 at Piketon, 2-12-1, and dare I say it, but there are no X's on this colt's program, so that's kind of nice to see. He is a long tom. The 4 horse, One Sharp Punk.
Keep him coming for the second.
Fastest mile this colt trotted was at Scioto Downs in qualifier in 2-3-4. And then he went to Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series and trotted in 2-12-3. Was distance at Mount Vernon. Piketon finished 3rd, trotted in 2-9-2. And then was injured at Athens, so has not started since 7/31. First Over will be coming out of the 5 hole, and First Over was a $5,000 blooded horse sale purchase. And first over qualified at Northfield in 2, 4, and 3. And then he started going to the fairs. Carrollton trotted in 2, 15, and 4. Won at Mount Vernon in 2, 9, and 3. And then he's had a pair of seconds, one at Lisbon and Mansfield, and trotted in 2, 14, and 1 and 2, 14 in both of those starts. Zinn is coming out of the 6th hole, qualified at Scioto Downs in 2 minutes and a fifth, then went to Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series, finished 4th, and trotted in 2 minutes and 4 fifths. But then went to the second leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series up at Northfield and unfortunately ran. So Zinn certainly has a lot of speed. Zinn is a Team 6 and has the speed, just will have to mind his manners. So 6 in it, they all score on the gate. I think that they score 6. I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't see any, we don't have any races tonight with 7 in it, so that's just, Looks like they're all gathering up for the post parade. I see a few of them out here. Fredimo and John Ryan Milsheimer from the Grail, Okie Dokie Smokey and Michael Lowe, Long John Woody with Jeff Kirkbride, One Sharp Punk, Derek Wadaker, First Over Darren Harvey, and Zinn, David Morgan. Starting gate going by with the Fazoli sign on. There was a number of Fazoli signs I saw, so Chris Patterson said earlier that the owner of Fazoli's has donated to this fair.
First Division 2-year-old colt trot. Trophy by CCU Mining, LLC. $5,091. Number 1 is Fredimo, owned by the Melrose Stable, Hopewell, Ohio, trained and trained by John Melsheimer. Number 2 is Okie Dokie Smokey. He's owned, trained, and trained by Mike Lowe of McConnellsville. Number 3, Long John Woody, Mr. Dylan Andrew Droneberger of Old Washington. Jeff Kirkbride trains and drives. Number 4 is One Sharp Punk, Diane Baker, McConnellsville. Steve Baker, the trainer, with Derek Wadaker. 5 is First Over, owned, trained, and trained by Darren Harvey, Canton, Ohio. And number 6, Zinn, Linda Polk, Zanesville. Dave Morgan trains him. David Morgan in the bike. Win place show, Perfecta Quinella, $2 try, 2 minutes, no changes.
Some of you may have noticed that it was not John Ryan Melsheimer parading his horse, the number 1 horse, but he did get on the bike now. Somebody else paraded for him. I think he was warming up a horse in between, so sometimes that happens. You've got to enlist other people to help you get your horse paraded. Give a shout out to some of our officials today. We got Rod Newhart is the presiding judge. Billy Creighton and Todd Brown are associate judges. Deb Rush is our charter. Chris Patterson is the announcer. Mike Wolkenberg, starting gate. And Randy and Sarah are timers. Unfortunately, I don't have their last names, but I certainly want to thank them for being timers. 6 going down. It's going to be real important for a lot of these trotters just to have a nice flat mile. Said I don't want to jinx them, but we do have a couple in here that have not made breaks. That's pretty nice. If you can stay flat, you can make some money. Oh, we've got some kind of heavy dark clouds in front of us, but the sun's shining over to the left, so I'm not sure who's going to win here. The dark clouds or the sunshine?
It is a coin toss. I just checked the forecast, and we have a 50% chance at 7 of thunderstorms.
Oh.
And then 40 at 8.
Well, maybe it'll rain in downtown Zanesville, not out here at the fairgrounds. I walked around a little bit in the back, kind of right in back of the grandstand is the Wadaker stable, and then down a little bit further in the last turn is another barn, and they've got two really big barns that have the 4-H horses in it, and the kids have their stalls all decorated.
Moving
really
in,
pretty.
race 2 at the Muskingum County Fair.
He wants to go.
Mike Wolkenberg has opened the gate. Horses are filing in, and we'll head up to Chris Patterson for the call of the 2-year-old colt trot, race number 2.
First division, 2-year-old colt trotters, top of the stretch. Up and trotting Zen from the outside. First over between them second. Now off stride went Zen. Zen's on a break. So first over and Harvey moves up to take command. Okie dokie Smokey is second. Verdimo trotting third. One Sharp Punk fourth. Long John Woody and Zim. Down the back lane they go. On top, first over, Darren Harvey. Here comes Melsheimer. Verdimo firing up early. And Verdimo circles and takes command. First over back to second.
33 and 4.
They're by the quarter, 33 and 4. Okie dokie Smokey and Mike Lowe third. One Sharp Punk Wadaker fourth. Long John Woody and Zim. Baby trotters off the turn and down the lane they'll come for the first time. Verdimo and Melsheimer, the boss by 2. Racing second, first over. Okie dokie Smokey still third. Woody fourth by the half, 105 and 3. One Sharp Punk fifth. Zim the trailer. Into the turn they go. Verdimo and Melsheimer, the one to beat. First over right there, second. Okie dokie Smokey, Mike Lowe underway on the outside, third and going on. Say race down the backside to the 3/4 mile mark, and the 2 heavyweights are going to go at it. Verdimo at the rail. Okie dokie Smokey on the outside. 137 and 4, first over third. They got a little better than 8 to come. Verdimo, the one to beat. Okie dokie Smokey, the brave and up tuck second. First over can't go with the top 2. Down the lane, Verdimo the leader. Okie dokie Smokey on the outside. Verdimo, okie dokie Smokey. It's Verdimo!
Verdimo and John Ryan Melsheimer unofficially winning that race. Second win in a row.
1, 2, 6, unofficial. 33 and 4, 105 and 3, 137 and 4, 208 and 4. Fadimo, second of the season.
That mile in 2:08 and 4, last quarter in 31 seconds. We just got a shout out from Bob Podmore in Reno, Nevada. He said it's 100 degrees with 12% humidity. I didn't know that was possible to have 12% humidity. Okay, Ferdimo coming back to the winner's circle.
Judges have asked for the picture for show. Tight for show. 1, 2, tight for show.
So you can see that fly mask on his face just sort of distorts things a little bit.
And we'd like that this time we overlooked
things.
a couple track records here yesterday at the fair. Free-for-all pace, Andy Veselenic and Eddie Ryder's horse, 57 and 1. That's a track record for all age here at Muskingum. And Wadiker's 2-year-old filly pacer set a track record for a 2-year-old pacer. It's official, 1, 2, 6. In the winner's circle, winner of the first division for 2-year-old colt trotters, trophy by CCU Mining LLC, $5,091. Home of the Melrose stable of Hopewell, Ohio, John Ryan Melsheimer trains him. Melsheimer, the winning driver, number 1 for Demo. 2-year-old bay colt by Stormin Norman, 2 in a row in Ohio.
Okay, we should get the rundown momentarily.
Results official for race 2. Number 1 for Demo, the winner. 2 Okie Dokie Smoky 2. 3 Long John Woody 5. 4 One Sharp Punk 6. 5 First Over 4. Number 6 Zen 3. 33 and 4. 105 and 3. 137 and 4. 208 and 3. 1, 2, 5, 6, 4. 3 on the bottom. 208 and 4. Bringing horses on the track for the third. Number 1, Valerie Steele. Make the driver, Dustin Bothman. Dustin Bothman drives the 1. Win, place, show, perfected.
Okay, we are on YouTube tonight, so we have Mr. Podmore from Reno, Nevada, Steve Davis watching from New Lexington, Ohio, and Tim Van Horn watching, and had got in an accident with a tractor and had several bones broken in his leg. And we certainly wish you good healing, and hope you get back on the jog cart pretty soon, Tim. All right, that was the second. They went last quarter in 31 seconds. Nice mile for Demo. Third race is coming up. This is the 3-year-old filly Pacers, first division of 2. This purse is $4,798, and we have 5 in it. And we will be back with the third after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
Welcome back to the Muskingum County Fair in Zanesville, Ohio. Don Holden with Trot and Pace Marketing and Susan Schroeder with OHHA here to bring you these races. We have the third coming up, 3-year-old filly Pacers. First of two divisions of these. Let me check what the track record is. 3-year-old filly Pace track record is held by She's Rough Stuff from 2003, and that mile went 1:58.3, and the horse was driven by Bob Harper. So that is also a long-standing track record. Let's take a little look at these horses in the third race. The one horse, Valeria Steele, will now be driven by Dustin Bothman. This horse has 19 lifetime starts and has paced a mile in 54.3 this year at Scioto Downs on July 8th. That was in a fillies and mares, non-winners of one race. Also at Scioto, the start before that, paced a mile in 56.1, and her last start paced in 56.2. So this is a speedy filly. She does not show leaving, so we'll see what she does from the rail. The two horses, Bear Creek Honey. This horse was a blooded horse sale purchase of $4,000, and she has won her last two starts. She won at Piketon in 56.3, last quarter in 28.4, won that by 7 1/4 lengths, and then she raced at Athens and won in 2-1-4, last quarter in 28.2, and she won that by 10 1/2 lengths. This filly has consistently come home in between 28 and 29 seconds, so really can fire at the end of a mile. She finished second in the Buckeye Stallion Series that was held at Northfield. Paced her mile in 54.4 there. And then that Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto, that's where she paced that 52.4 mile. She does have 3 wins on the year, those first two that we talked about at Piketon and Athens, and then also at Harrington in 56.1. Jurassic JJ has had 4 starts this year, no wins, 1 second and 2/3. Fastest mile that she has paced, it was 58.3 at Piketon, where she was 3rd, but that was a really good mile at Piketon. She also went in 2-2 at Carrollton, 2-4 at Mount Vernon. McJingle is coming out of the 4-hole, and this filly has gone some fast miles earlier in the year. Back in June, she went at Scioto Downs, and she paced 3 miles back-to-back in 55.2, 54.3, and then 54 flat. The 54 flat was in a Buckeye Stallion Series where she finished 5th, but that race went in 152 flat. So since coming to the fair, she has paced in 2-1 at Carrollton, 2-2-4 at Piketon, and 2-5-3 at Athens. She had 2 wins earlier this year. She has a record of 155 taken at the Meadows. And she's already made over 11,000 this year. She made 11,000 last year, so she's got 22,000 lifetime. Cami Cruiser will be coming out of the 5-hole. This filly has 4 starts, 1 second, 1 third. And her fastest mile she paced was at Carrollton. She paced in 2:2 and 1. And then at Piketon in 2 minutes and 3/5. She's been consistently, her slowest on her last 6 is 2:5 and 4. So she's been kind of consistent at the fairs around 2:3, 2:4. So we've got a couple of them that have gone quite fast. The Bear Creek Honey, she's going to be one to watch with pacing 2 miles in 52 and 4. Sean Barker, the second, gets the drive on her, and he has driven her the last 2 starts when she's won at the fairs at Athens and Piketon. It has, the weather has changed considerably. It's really cooled off. There's a nice breeze coming, and it just feels very nice right now. I noticed quite a few the Racing with the Stars t-shirts around, so these people have had them for a few years because we haven't passed them out for at least 2 years. So kind of nice when people just keep them and wear them back at the races. We've got horses coming in at the top of the stretch. There's a gate there, and then there's a gate right here next to the grandstand. So I have to give the people that are in the Wadaker barn a lot of credit because they basically have to walk right through the pathway where all the people are walking, and there's a snow cone place and a few other things right there. So these horses really have to, horses and their caretakers really have to be careful coming through there. But as I said earlier, they have deputy sheriffs, it looks like, at the gates, keeping people back until it's safe to go across. These races today at Muskingum are part of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Southern Valley Colt Circuit has quite a few fairs down in this part of the state. Chris Patterson calls it the Hillbilly Circuit. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but they race at Jackson County, Pike County, Athens, Muskingum, Meigs, Monroe, Noble, Washington, Morgan County, and Guernsey County. So they have 10 different fairs that they take care of. They are a little bit different than the other circuits in how they distribute the purses. And we'll talk about that after the post parade.
This race sponsored by OK Coal and Concrete, $4,798. Number 1 is Valeria Steele, Folk Stable Incorporated of Springfield, Ohio. Clarence Folk, the trainer, the driver, Dustin Bothman. 2 is Bear Creek Honey, William Hart of Maine. Clarence Folk trains, the driver, Sean Barker, 2. Number 3 is Jurassic JJ, Jerry Welch. Waterford, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode trains her. Brady Clemens drives. 4 is McJingle. Dave Nolan, Gallipolis. Trained and trained by Jeff Kirkbride. 5, Cami Cruiser. Andy Malone, Waterford. Freddie Boyd trains. Alex Hawk calls the shots. Win Place Show, Perfecta Quinella, $2 try. Put Bothman on the 1, 2 minutes.
Okay, it looks like the one horse is going to be a little late to the post parade. Dustin Bothman, that's the driver change on that one. We were talking about earlier, the Southern Valley Colt Circuit is the only one that has, their money is divided 45% to the winner, 25% to second, 15 to third, 10 to fourth, and 5% to fifth place. Where all of the other three Colt Circuits, they divided up 50, 25, 12, 8, and 5. The other difference about the Southern Valley Colt Circuit is they have what we call a 2-day box, and so that you enter 2 days ahead of the race. The entries close at 11 a.m. 2 days prior to the race. And the other fairs, the other circuits, Colt Circuits, all have a 3-day box. So there's a couple differences in the Colt Circuits, and but these 4 Colt Circuits, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, the Home Talent Colt Stakes, Ohio Colt Racing Association, and the Southern Valley Colt Circuit, they all work very hard to get these horses going, to put on the races, and they're all the representatives of these Colt Circuits are a big help to the fair boards. A lot of times on a fair board, you'll have people coming on and off the fair board, and you might get a bunch on the fair board that maybe don't know a lot about harness racing, and that's where these Colt Circuit secretaries or Colt Circuit representatives come in and really help out the local fair board. So it's really good to have these Colt Racing Associations. Each Colt Racing Association has their own nominations, so when you're going to be paying into one of the Colt associations, you make that payment right to them. There's no way in the world you can race at all of them, so most people select 1 or 2 Colt associations, and then you can pick just a few fairs out of the other associations to kind of fill in your summer. But it's almost like you know people that when they get the staking guide in late February, they're really studying that to see where they can race and where they want to go for the summer, where their traveling is. You can get one of those stakes guides in 2022 by becoming an associate member of Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. It's only $25, and you get all the magazines that we put out. We put out 4 magazines a year and 8 newsletters. You get the staking guide and the stallion directory.
Bear Creek Honey getting pounded at the windows at 1-5. She's looking for 3 straight. Valerie Steele, 5-1. Jurassic JJ, third choice at 6-1. First division, 3-year-old pacing fillies. Those babies are at the top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing, Bear Creek Honey fires quickly for the lead. Jurassic JJ second. Mick Jingle on the outside third. Cammy Cruiser and Valerie Steele got away bad off the wood. Down the back lane they go, and Parker not fooling around. He's got the favorite, Bear Creek Honey, on the engine by 2. Jurassic JJ and Clemens Stock second. Mick Jingle for Kirkbride third. They're by the quarter, 30 and 4. Valerie Steele fourth. And Cammy Cruiser, hawk, grab leather, and ducked and tucked fifth. They're in straight alignment, motoring over the 3/8 mile mark. Bear Creek Honey, the 1-5 favorite, shows the way. Jurassic JJ in the pocket second. Mick Jingle third. Valerie Steele, Cammy Cruiser, halfway home in 101. Bear Creek Honey is jiggy jogging right now. Jurassic JJ racing second. Mick Jingle under a crack to the whip third. There goes Valerie Steele moving on the outside. Cammy Cruiser not fired yet. Down the back lane they go, and Bear Creek Honey and Barker now having fun, pouring it on by 6. Mick Jingle up on the outside second. From way back, Valerie Steele, 3/4, 131-4. Cammy Cruiser, 5th. He got a little better to come. Bear Creek Honey, the big lead. Nick Jingle, Valerie Steele on the outside. Down the lane named Motor. Barker's in for a double dite. Bear Creek Honey poured it on. Valerie Steele 2nd. Nick Jingle was 3rd.
Okay, Bear Creek Honey. She has had those 52 and 4 miles. And she shows up here. Did a really good job.
2-1-4. 30-4. 101. 131-4. 201-1. Bear Creek Honey. 4th victory of the season out of the talented Clarence Folks stable.
That brings Bear Creek Honey to 16 starts and 4 wins, 2 seconds and 4 thirds this year. 28 starts and 5 wins lifetime.
Two, 1, 4, official.
Bear Creek Honey
Back
was
to the winner's
winner.
circle, winner of the
Valerie
3rd.
Steele 2nd.
First division
and
for
Nick Jingle
3-year-old Philly
3rd.
Pacers. Trophy by OK Cole Concrete. They went for $4,798. William Hart, Carmel, Maine. Clarence Folk trains her. Sean Barker II, the winning driver, number 2, Bear Creek Honey. Three-year-old Brown filly by School Kids. 4th win of the season. Piketon, Athens here tonight. 3 in a row in Ohio. And that's a driving double for Barker 2. Top down, Valerie Steele 2. Bear Creek Honey the winner. Jurassic JJ 4. Nick Jingle 3. Cammy Cruiser 5. 30-4. 101. 131-4. 1-1. 214-35. 201-1. Bring your horses on the track for the 4th. Number 5, Cash Hall Filly. Derek Whitaker drives. Number 6, Bonzi Girl. Make the driver Sean Barker II. Win place show, Perfecta Quinella, $2 try.
Okay, as Chris said, the owner was William Hart from Carmel, Maine. That's something you'll notice when you look at the programs, that the owners are from a lot of different places now. The Ohio program is so good, so lucrative, that you have a lot of out-of-state owners that are buying these young horses, and that's a good thing for the breeders here. Somebody asked, what's your new site to get the programs? That is harnessracingohio.com. So it's harnessracingohio.com, and you look under, you go to the live, I believe it says live racing, and that'll bring you to another page, and then underneath where the feed is, where the races are, you will find the program. Okay, that was the 3rd. We're going to get ready for the 4th, which is a 3-year-old filly trot. There are 6 in it. Just one division of this going for $8,666. And let's get some messages from our sponsors.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, We understand the importance of delivering well-cared for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Hey, we're going to give a shout out to some of our listeners: Stephen Davis from New Lexington, Ohio, Tim Van Horn from Malta, Rita Long from Columbus, Kevin Fabian of Towanda, Pennsylvania, David Myrick from Pompano Beach. Pompano Beach was just saying that, or Dave Myrick was just saying that he thought he was listening to me and Frank at Salina, but actually my daughter's at Salina tonight, so he says she sounds just like me. So I don't know if she'll think that's good, but it sounds good. So welcome to everybody. We are here at the Muskingum County Fair in Zanesville. The fourth race coming up. This is a fine group of 3-year-old filly trotters. Leaving from the rail will be Trotting Up a Storm. Trotting Up a Storm has trotted a mile in 1:58 flat at the Meadows earlier this year. Was in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield and trotted in 2:2. And her last start finished second at the Meadows. That was in a qualifier, but trotted in 59-2. Little Sammy will be coming out of the 2-hole. And Little Sammy has 11 starts and 4 wins this year. The last 2 starts were both wins, one at Athens in 2-6-3, one at Piketon in 2-4-3. Was in the Buckeye Stallion Series up at Northfield and trotted in 56-2. At Scioto Downs in a non-winners of 2 per mutual race lifetime, trotted in 57-1. And mid-June, this filly trotted in 55-4, and that is her lifetime mark, and that was at Scioto Downs, also in non-winners of 2 per mutual races lifetime. Whole Lot of Trot is coming out of the 3-hole. Whole Lot of Trot has 13 starts and 3 wins this year. The fastest win was at 56-3 at the Meadows. She also trotted one at Carrollton in 2-3-4, and she won at Mount Vernon in 2-1-3, coming her last quarter in 28-3. She was also in the Buckeye Stallion Series up at Northfield on July 5th and trotted her mile in 57-2. Charlotte Kay was a Ohio Select sale purchase for $14,000, and she has had 18 starts this year with 1 win, and that was at Scioto Downs in 57-1. And she was in the Buckeye Stallion Series back on July 22nd and trotted her mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. And Charlotte Kay is a full sister to Be A Lot and Gallivant, and both of those are winners of over $55,000 each. 5 horses, Cash Hall filly. I keep thinking about this name, and you know how you'll be looking at the horses out in the field and say, you know, that's that Cash Hall filly. And I wonder if that's how she got her name, because that's what people say. That's that Uncle Peter colt, or that's a Caviar colt or something. And So Cash Hall filly. It's a pretty neat name. Derek Wadaker will be driving her today. And fastest miles that she has trotted, she went in 2 minutes and 3/5 back in May at Scioto Downs, and 2:1 and 2 in May. And she had a little break, and 2 months later started back at the fairs, and she raced finished 4th at Carrollton and 3rd at Piketon. Bougie Girl has a 6-hole, and 2 Barker will be driving this filly. She has 6 wins out of 14 starts this year. Last year she was 7 for 13, so lifetime she is 13 for 27. Her fastest winning time this year is 1:59 flat at Scioto Downs. She won her last start at Urbana in 2 minutes and 4/5. She finished 2nd at Xenia in 2:2 and 3. She won at Sydney in 2:7 and 2. She won at Washington Courthouse in 2:4 and 2. She won at Wilmington in 2:4 and 3. Well, this filly has been on fire lately. She generally likes to go to the front. A lot of her starts she went right for the top. So we'll see what she can do out of the 6-hole. And Bougie Girl is a full brother to Action Uncle, who has won $577,535. And Action Broadway, who is Bougie Girl's mother, made over $1 million. So this filly certainly has the pedigree to go on and be a really good horse. And showing it already with 13 starts in just 2 short years. So they said we were waiting for one more horse, and then we'll get them together for the post parade. Three-year-old filly trot record is held by Aunt Marilyn, driven by Derek Wadaker in 2019, and that mile was in 2:1 and 4. As we said earlier, they set 3 new track records last night. The new all-aged pace record was MJ's Reflection in 57 and 1. The 2-year-old filly pacers, Fear the Beach went in 2:2, and Naughty Triumphant tripped the Trimer in 2:1 and 1, and that was a 3-year-old colt trot. I just see Virgil Morgan walking up here in the grandstand to watch his filly, Bougie Girl. 2 driver changes in this race. The 5 Cash Hall filly will be driven by Derek Wadaker, and Bougie Girl by Sean Barker II. Okay, Steve said, where do you get programs for Zanesville? And I'm going to double check to make sure you can get them there. It is harnessracingohio.com.
This evening's 4th. 3-year-old filly trot, Southern Valley Colt Stake. This race sponsored by DeLong, Baker, Lanning Funeral Home. The Undertaker, Joe Lanning of Zanesville, $8,666. Number 1 is Trotting Up a Storm. Cheryl Vigeron, Williamstown, West Virginia. Chuck Vigeron, the trainer. Alex Hawk. 2 is Little Sammy. Casey Clements, Multi-High. Eric Nesserode, the trainer. The driver, Brady Clemens. 3 is Whole Lot of Trot. Murdoch Racing Stable, LLC of Washington, PA. Trained and trained by Darren Harvey. 4 is Charlotte Kay. Tammy Carter. Adam Freeland of Brooklyn, New York. Gallagher of Michigan. Steve Carter, the trainer. The driver, Dustin Bothman. Number 5 is Cash Hall filly. Casey Clements, Multi-High. Eric Nesserode, the trainer. The pilot, Derek Whitaker. And number 6 is Bungee Girl. Carl Hallard of Powell. Joyce McQuellen of Zanesville. Larry Wills of Columbus. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains her. Sean Barker II will call the shots. Win, place, show, Perfecta Quinella $2 try. You got a couple minutes. Whitaker 5, Barker on the 6.
Okay, somebody just asked where we can get their programs, and I'm actually having trouble getting the program for tonight also. So I'm going to put a message in that we can't get the programs, and maybe we'll get that fixed for you. I'll let you know as soon as we do. Okay, so give us a couple minutes and we'll see if we can get this fixed. It looks like Bougie Girl is 1-1. I'm guessing that's the favorite. Mike Wilkenberg is over in the first turn, getting ready to pick these horses up. These are the 3-year-old filly trotters. There's only the one division. So everybody but one will come away with a check. It's really, really a nice evening here at Zanesville. Yeah. Weather just kind of turned really quickly. It went from really hot and sticky to just a nice cool breeze coming in, and just is a great night sitting up here in the grandstand. This is a big grandstand. I mean, really big. And we've got quite a few people in here. And there's a lot of people standing along the fence on the coming down the home stretch, so it's a good crowd. So yeah, Whitaker's train here, and I'm sure that they are have a lot of the responsibility of keeping the track up, and this has been a fast track. We set 3 track records yesterday, so you know it's fast then.
Horse approaching the starting gate. Bungee Girl, even money. Little Sammy, 8-5. They're the 2 major players going for $8,666. Big Mike's got him rolling. Race 4. Bungee Girl's off stride. They're off and trotting. Little Sammy for the lead. Trotting up a storm second. Whole lot of trot will drop in third. Case Hull filly fourth. Charlotte K. Bungee Girl, the favorite, trails. Down the back lane they go. Little Sammy looking for 3 straight, showing the way. Now trotting up a storm. Hawk just lost him. Trotting up a storm is off stride. They trot over the opening quarter. Little Sammy, whole lot of trot. They're by the quarter, 32-3. Cash Hall filly is third. Charlotte K fourth. trotting up a storm. Bungee Girl will have to rally to the outside. Off the turn, down the lane they'll come for the first time. Little Sammy and Clemens, the boss, by 2 1/4. Racing down along the rail, whole lot of Trot and Harvey. Now with a burst, here comes Trotting Up a Storm, and Hawk, he caught him napping at the halfway mile mark. They're there. 107-1, we'll check it later. Meanwhile, Trotting Up a Storm, this would be a major upset. Hawk got the jump on him by 2. Little Sammy not done yet, trotting second. Whole lot of Trot and Harvey peeking to the outside. K-Shaw Philly, Charlotte K not fired yet, and Bungee Girl the trailer. 3/4, 137-3. Trotting Up a Storm at the rail. Little Sammy breathing fire on the outside. Coming at him and coming on. Whole lot of Trot and Harvey to the outside. Down the lane they come. Little Sammy. Whole lot of Trot. Harvey moving on the outside. Whole lot of Trot. Thrown away. Little Sammy. Charlotte K.
Well, I think that's what we would call an upset. Bungee Girl just wasn't on her game tonight at all. Made a couple of breaks. Made up a ton of ground when she was trotting, but then she'd just get right up
3,
and make another
2,
one.
4. 32-3. 107-1. 137-3. 207-2. Whole lot of Trot. 4th of the season. 56-3 earlier at the Meadows.
Unofficially, Whole Lot of Trot was first, Little Sammy was second, and Charlotte K was third. Quarter in 32-3, half in 107-1. That was quite a change in pace there. That quarter in 34 and something.
In the winner's circle, winner of the 4th, 3-0 Philly Trot, $8,666. Trophy by DeLong, Baker, Joe Lanning Funeral Home here in Zanesville. We all clear, Mike? Number 3, Whole Lot of Trot at 11-1 in a thriller upset. She's owned by the Murdoch Racing Stable, LLC of Washington, Pennsylvania. Darren Harvey trains her. Darren Harvey, the winning driver. Number 3, Whole Lot of Trot. 3-0 Bay Philly by Uncle Peter. 4th of the season. 207-2. Back half, 1 minute, 1/5. Last quarter, 29-4. And of course, her sire, Uncle Peter, stands at the Hickory Lane Farm in Findlay, Ohio. All inquiries to Brad Wallace. They got a solid roster going to the sales. Uncle Peter stands at the Hickory Lane Farm in Findlay, Ohio. All inquiries, talk to Brad Wallace.
Hey, Darren Harvey and Whole Lot of Trot. Murdoch Racing Stable.
Top down, number 1, Trotting Up a Storm, 5. Little Sammy, 2. Whole Lot of Trot, the winner. Charlotte K, 3. K-Shaw Philly, 4. Bungee Girl, 6. 32-3. 107-1. 137-3. 207-2. 5-2-1. 3-4-6. 207-2. Bring your horses on the track for the 5th.
We were talking earlier about out-of-state
Number 2.
owners, and a Whole Lot of Trot was owned by Murdoch Racing Stable from Washington, PA. One horse was owned from West Virginia, the 4 horse from Michigan. So again, that speaks to the strength of this Ohio program. The stallions and the mares that are here, and the amount of racing that is possible in Ohio and the amount of money that we are able to go for makes this for a very attractive stakes program to get into. Okay, that was the fourth. Whole lot of trot, 2, 7, and 2. Fifth race coming up is for 2-year-old colt pacers. It is the second of 2 divisions. There are 6 in it, and we will be back after these messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
Welcome back to Zanesville. Susan Schroeder, OHHA, and Don Holden from Trot and Pace Marketing. Here bringing you these races tonight. We've got 8 races. We have the 5th coming up. Just wanted to remind you, we're talking about horse auctions and talking about the different farms that have colts. And the blooded horse sale is coming up really shortly on August 24th and 25th. That is at the Champions Center in Springfield, Ohio. And there will be some yearlings in that sale, along with a lot of older horses, probably some brood mares. It's always a good sale to see a lot of different types of horses. The Ohio Select sale will be on September 17th at the Pickaway Ag Center, and that is in Circleville, Ohio. They have a new facility there, and I believe last year was the first year that they went to the Ohio Select sale was there. It's a really nice facility, so you can go there on the 17th of September. Lexington Select sale in Lexington, Kentucky goes from October 6th through October 9th. And the Ohio bred horses usually sell on the last day, but once the catalog comes out, you'll be able to see that better. Lexington Select sale. And from there we move to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania sale. You can find that by Googling the Black Book. And that sale is from November 8th through November 12th. And there's more and more Ohio breds being entered into that sale also. And then we go back to the Blooded Horse sale in Springfield, Illinois on November 16th through November 18th. So plenty of opportunities to get yourself a horse. A lot of yearlings will be for sale. Partnerships will be available, fractional ownerships. Lots of ways to get into this business. So let's take a look at the 5th race, which is the 2-year-old colt and gelding pace. First horse is Zip It Ronnie. Was sold at that Buckeye Classic sale last year for $5,000. And the fastest that Zip It Ronnie has paced was at Scioto on July 5th in a qualifier in 59. But at the fairs he's been going, and he went 2-6-2 at Carrollton, 2-2-4 at Piketon with a at Mount Vernon with a last quarter in 28-4, and 2-3-1 at Piketon. Bop's Fearless Dragon will now be driven by Darren Harvey, and this colt paced at Scioto in July in 2-3-3, and then back in 2-3-2. Piketon finished 6th in 2:06.2, finished 3rd at Athens, and paced his mile in 2:07. No wins for the year. VJ Pandarosa has the 3-hole, and this horse has 5 starts and no wins. But last start paced a mile at Scioto Downs in a Colton Gelding non-winners of 1 pari-mutuel race lifetime in 56-1, last quarter in 28 seconds flat. And earlier this year had paced at Scioto in the same kind of conditioned race in 55-1, last quarter in 28-2. Qualified at Scioto in 58-1, came his last quarter in 27-4. So this colt really has some speed at the end of the mile. Maximo, this is only his 2nd lifetime start. Started over at Athens and finished 2nd and paced his mile in 2:06.2. The 5 horses En We Gone was a Ohio Select yearling, sold for $9,000, and won his last start over at Athens in 2:06.1, last quarter in 29-4. So that's En We Gone has had 3 starts this year and that 1 win. Airbin comes out of the 6-hole. This colt was sold for $17,000 at the Ohio Select sale last year. Fastest mile he has paced is 2:06.1 at Piketon. The 3-horse, VJ Pandarosa, is a half-brother to a horse called Don't You Know that paced and has a record of 151-3 and made $414,000. The second dam to this VJ Pandarosa is a mare called Armbro Armoire, and she produced $1 Million winner Evening of Pleasure, who had a mark of 48-3. She also produced a horse that's been racing around the fairs called D.H. Rockin' Artist, which Austin Scott, that's his little buddy, Austin Scott calls him Junior. So it's amazing how you get this connection between these horses. This VJ Pandarosa is actually, or D.H. Rockin' Artist is almost like an uncle to VJ Pandarosa, as well as Evening of Pleasure, $1 Million winner. We're gathering up the horses here. Looks like they've got 5 of them out, waiting for 1 more. This is a pretty busy fair. I was looking at what they have on store, and Wednesday they have a demo derby. Thursday they have a rough truck contest. I don't know what that is, a rough truck contest. On Friday they have bull riding and barrel racing. And on Saturday they have horse pulls, truck pulls, tractor pulls, and semi pulls.
2nd Division 2-year-old colt pacers. This race sponsored by the Community Bank, $4,866. 1 is Zip It Ronnie, Susan Offenberger, Beverly, Ohio. Eric Nesserode trains with Brady Clemens. Number 2 is Pop's Fearless Dragon, home of Jeff Moore of Salesville. Mel Byler, the trainer, with Darren Harvey. 3 is VJ Pandarosa, Tammy Carter, Londonderry. Steve Carter trains the driver, Dustin Bothman. 4 is Maximo, Melrose Stable of Hopewell. Melsheimer trains, Derek Whitaker, the driver. Number 5 is En We Gone, Folk Stable Incorporated, Springfield. Triple D Stables of New Jersey. Clarence Folk, the trainer, with Sean Barker. And number 6 is Arbin, Richard Owings, MacArthur, Ohio. Buckskin trains, Alex Hawk in the sulky. Win place show, Perfecta Quinello, $2 try. Put Harvey on the 2.
as I was saying, their lineup of entertainment, a rough truck contest, which I don't know what that is, and I would be very interested to see a semi-pull. I've seen horse pulls, I've seen tractor and truck pulls, but I've never seen semis do this, so that probably should be very interesting. They really have a long pull area in the middle of the track here, so they look like they can pull a long ways. I'm always really happy when the pull area is in the inside of the track and not on the track. just being a little selfish there, because I like the track to be in good condition all the time. This is the 175th fair at the Muskingum Fair in Zanesville. Trotting track record here is held by Pass the Vape. And what's funny is that he trotted here in 157 and 3 in 2019, and came right back in 2020 and trotted in 57 and 3 again. Kind of unusual to have a tie for a track record with the same horse in different years. And Pass the Vape was also the 2020 Age Trotter of the Year in Ohio. Remember, we're also racing tonight at Salina and Troy, so you can pick those up on Harness Racing Ohio and go to the live racing, harnessracingohio.com, go to the live racing, and you will find all the feeds for all 3 races. I apologize that we're having difficulties getting the program for here up, but I have sent a message, and hopefully we'll get that worked out. Again, I want to give a shout out to our officials, racing officials. Rod Newhart's the presiding judge. Billy Creighton and Todd Brown are associate judges. Deb Rush is our charter. Chris Patterson, the announcer. The Mike Wopkenberg starting gate. And Randy and Sarah are both timers. So we certainly want to thank everybody that works hard putting on the race program.
Less than one.
The gate is heading down the track. Wings are open. And here comes the 2-year-old colt Pacers, 6 in it. Going for a purse of $4,866. We'll send it up to Chris Patterson for the call.
Second division 2-year-old colt Pacers, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and we gone, firing for the lead, VJ Ponderosa. Arban up on the outside with Hawk. Into the turn they go, Bob's Flyer's Dragon. Zip it, Ronnie. Say race down the backside. On top, VJ Ponderosa. Now, Eddie Gone Wild has taken command with Barker. VJ Ponderosa back to second. Arbin and Hawk down along the cones third. Bob's Fearless Dragon is fourth. Zip it, Ronnie. Maximo following the break, 30 and 2. Round the turn. Sean Barker's got And We Gone on top of the field by 2. VJ Ponderosa and Bothman is second. Arbin and Hawk third. They pass by the stands and the fans for the first time. In at the rails, Zip it, Ronnie. Outside comes Maximo, the trailer. Pop's Fearless Dragon. They're by the half in 102. Into the turn they go, and we gone still there. VJ Ponderosa takes the trip. Maximo's made up ground, third on the outside. Inside racing fourth, Zip It Ronnie to the outside. Down the backside they go to the 3/4 mile mark. And we gone still there. Ponderosa is second. 3/4, 133 and 2. Up on the outside, Zip It Ronnie. He got a little better than 8 to come. And we gone will turn first. VJ Ponderosa, Dustin Bothman whipped straight out on him on the outside, down the lane, and he went gone to the outside. VJ Ponderosa poured it on.
It looked like VJ Ponderosa for the win with Dustin Bothman up. Unofficially, and we gone second, and
3,
Zip It Ronnie third.
5, 1. 30 and 2, 102, 133 and 2, 204 and 1. VJ Ponderosa, first of the season.
Track record for 2-year-old Colt Pacers here is held by D.S. Noble in 2-1 flat, all the way back from 2001. So a 20-year track record. That was an odd buzzing. I don't know if you folks all heard that, but it was almost like there was a swarm of insects above us.
Back to the winner's circle, winner the 5th. Second division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Trophy by the Community Bank, $4,866. Now the official winner, Tammy Carter. London area Ohio, Steve Carter, the trainer. Dustin Bothman, the winning driver. Number 3, VJ Ponderosa. 2-year-old bay gelding by the Ponderosa, first of the season, 204 and 1. Bothman give him the Cadillac drive. Zip It Ronnie 3. Bob's Fearless Dragon 6. VJ Ponderosa the winner. Maximo 5. And we gone 2. Arbin was 4. 30 and 2. 102. 133 and 2. 204 and 1. 361. 524. 204 and 1. Bring your horses on the track for the 6th. There's no changes.
And that VJ Ponderosa that was the winner is a half-brother to Don't You Know, made $414,000 lifetime, so it's like VJ Ponderosa's got a good start. Okay, the 6th race coming up is 2-year-old Colt Trot. It's the second of 2 divisions. The purse is $5,091, and we have 6 horses in it. This is quite a green group. There's one horse here that's got 8 starts, but everybody else is 3 and under, so we will be back after these messages.
The Muskingum County Agricultural Society was formed in early 1848. After just a few short months of planning, the organization held their first fair at the courthouse in Zanesville, Ohio. The 2-day event exhibited the best livestock and produce around. Entries and attendance grew every year, and the fair soon outgrew its humble beginnings. 5 years after the Muskingum County Fair's founding, land was purchased to provide a permanent home. Between fairgoers, livestock, and racehorses, the grounds were packed. Concurrent with the times, the biggest show was undoubtedly harness racing. Back then, standardbreds still raced in multiple heats per day. Winners divided $250 among themselves. One early fair was particularly rainy. Reports show that catch drivers increased their rates from 15 cents to 25 that year. Today, both the trot and pace track records are held by the Wadaker family. Past the Vape, the record-holding trotter went on to even be named the 2020 Ohio Age Trotter of the Year. The Muskingum County Fair is a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Hey, welcome back to the Zanesville Fair in Muskingum, Ohio. Nope, Muskingum County Fair in Zanesville, Ohio. Got that mixed up. So Susan Schroeder and Don Holden here bringing you these races. We're coming up to the 6th. We just heard a message about the Southern Valley Colt Circuit, and the Southern Valley is one of 4 Colt circuits. And these horses are not only vying for the money that they go for in each of these races, but also for points to get into the Ohio Fair Championship. This year, that Ohio Fair Championship will be held October 9th at Hollywood Gaming at Dayton Raceway, and each of the 8 divisions will go for $40,000. So it's very important for these horses that have been racing around to keep their points up and find out if they're up at the top. A lot of people now are strategically planning where they're going to go race so that they can be up near the top of those points. They take the top 9 horses in points that enter will be eligible for this Ohio Fair Championship. And you can find those point standings if you want to see where your favorite horse is standing at ohha.com. If you go to the home page in the middle where it says nominations and standings and click there, and you can go to the Ohio Fair Championship, go to the division that you want to look up, like if it's a 2-year-old filly trotter or a 3-year-old colt pacer, and then you can see the standings. The standings are updated now. The ones that are up there now, I believe, are through August 11th, and we will probably be updating them again the week after next week sometime. We update them about every 2 weeks now. So, and that's just one of 3 point-based earnings races that you can get into. The Buckeye Stallion Series is another one, and you notice in the programs that you're looking at from these fairs, a lot of horses have been bouncing back and forth. They go to the Buckeye Stallion, then they come to a fair, and then they might bounce back to a Buckeye Stallion. The Buckeye Stallion is also that point-based to get in. And there are 5 legs to the Buckeye Stallion Series, and then a final. And the final this year is going to go for $60,000, and that will be held at Northfield Park on October 16th. And then the granddaddy of them all is the Ohio Sire Stakes. Okay, it looks like we're getting ready for the post parade.
$5,091. Number 1 is Peterbilt. John Holman, Thornville. Fred Morgan Jr., the trainer, with Melsheimer. Number 2, Can't Top Me. Powerline Racing, Salesville. Jacob Miller trains the driver, Sean Barker. 3 is Ornery Fred. Linda Polk of Zanesville, trained and trained by Dave Morgan. Number 4 is Street Gang. Charlie Myers of PA. Others of Pell Vernon. Dave Myers trains and drives. 5 is Grandpa Pete. Tammy Carter. Case Gallagher. They're all the Buckeye State. Carter trains the driver, Dustin Bothman. And number 6 is Man with the Plan. Dave Nolan. Gallipolis, Ohio. Jeff Kirkbride, the trainer. Jeff Kirkbride will call the shots. They'll reach the starting gate in a couple minutes. Don't be shut out. And looking ahead, fans, to the last 2 races. Race 7. Brady Clemens drives the 4, I'm Rockin' Country. In the 7th, you'll have Win Place, Perfecta, Trifecta, Late Daily Double. And in the 9th race, number 1, Jailhouse Hooch, Lucas Myers drives. And in that race, you'll have Win and Perfecta only.
Okay, the 6th race coming up. Take a look at some of these horses. Peterbilt, last start was in the Buckeye Stallion Series almost a month ago. Made some breaks, but the start before that, well, he qualified twice at Scioto Downs. First time in 2-3-3 and then in 2-1. Can't Top Me was a Buckeye Classic purchase for $8,000. And this horse has only had 1 start, and that was in a qualifier. And he made some breaks and finished distanced. Ornery Fred has had 1 start, qualified at Scioto in 2-9-1, and then raced over at Hilliard and went in 2-12-1. Street Gang was a Buckeye Classic yearling purchase of $7,500. It's had 3 starts and 1 win. 1 in 2-9 over at Piketon. Finished 8th in the Ohio State Fair Stakes at Scioto Downs, but trotted his mile in 59-1. And this colt has been had 3 qualifiers: 2-2-3, 2-2-4, 2-6-2. The 5-horse Grandpa Pete finished 2nd last start at Urbana and trotted in 2-4-2. 1 at Hilliard in 2-14, and 1 at Wilmington in 2-7-2. So 8 starts, 2 wins, 3 seconds, and a third for Grandpa Pete. Man with the Plan has only had 1 start, and that was at Carrollton, and he ran and finished distanced. Man with the Plan was an Ohio Select yearling purchase for $14,000. We're hearing some thunder a little bit, so we're kind of looking at the sky. It still looks okay. Just hope we can get done before the rain starts to come, and I hope Don can get all his equipment put away before the rain starts to come. I see he brought some tarps with him tonight, so worst case scenario, we throw the tarps over all this electronic equipment, and hope everything is okay. We hope you enjoyed the history bits that you've seen at every fair. Ashley Daly, who works for OHHA now, has been putting those together, and it's been a lot of work for her. With her 65 county fairs, she's got to do research and everything on 65 of these, and looking up the old pictures. But it's pretty fascinating when you hear how long they've been racing at some of these fairs, how long these fairs have been going. The purses for the harness races that there were back then It's just fascinating, and we sure want to thank Ashley for all her hard work in getting those together. And not only does she gather all that information, but then she goes up to WDLR Studios in Delaware, Ohio, and records them. And then Frank Frost puts the audio with the video and makes all the videos. So they're really interesting. I hope you all enjoy them. Okay, we've got race 6 going to the gate, the 2-year-old colt trot. 6 of them, racing for $5,091. Second of 2 divisions.
Gates rolling. Second division, 2-year-old colt trotters. Here they come. Man with the plans on a break. Off stride, Ordinary Fred. The rough and trotting, Can't Top Me. Barker going for the lead. Street Gang will drop in second. Peterbilt third. Grandpa Pete settled in fourth. Ordinary Fred and Man with the Plan bobbled and broke stride. Down the back lane, Can't Top Me shows the way. Street Gang and Myers under a crack of the whip second. Racing third, Peterbilt for Melsheimer. Grandpa Pete in at their cones fourth. Racing 5, Ornery Fred and Man with the Plan. Soft 30, 3-1 for the opening quarter. On top, Can't Top Me, and Sean Burker II leads the way. Street Gang and David Myers will stock him all the way second. Racing third, Peterbilt with Melsheimer. Grandpa Pete not fired yet. Ornery Fred, Man with the Plan. They're by the half, 104 and 4. Into the turn they go. Can't Top Me, still there. Street Gang down along the cones. Up on the outside. First up, here comes Melsheimer. Peterbilt on the move on the outside. Racing fourth, Grandpa Pete. Ornery Fred. They rock and roll towards 3/4. Can't Top Me, still there. Peterbilt on the outside. Myers backs out of the hole to go to the outside with Street Gang. 3/4, 136 and 4. Round the turn. Can't Top Me at the rail. Peterbilt on the outside. Street Gang flies on the outside with Grandpa Pete. Down the lane. Can't Top Me. Here's Street Gang. Surging on the outside. It's Street Gang. Dave Myers. And that's a whacker for place.
Okay, look like Street Gang and David Myers getting up for the win. Looked like Peterbilt was going to take him, but he got to the top of the stretch and made a break.
Judges who asked for the picture for place. The winner, number 4, Street Gang. 33 and 1, 104 and 4, 136 and 4, 208 and 3. Street Gang's second victory this season.
Street Gang has a record in a qualifier of 2-2 and 4. But, won his other start at Piketon in 2-9 and wins today in 2-8 and 3.
In the winner's circle, winner of the 6th, second division for 2-year-old colt trotters. Trophy by Eagles, $5,091. Charlie Myers, Houston, PA. Randy Stevenson of Bell Vernon. David Myers, the trainer. Dave Myers, the winning driver, number 4, Street Gang. 2-year-old brown colt by Winning Fireworks, win number 2 of the season, 208, 3/5. Myers give him the good trip. Judges are going to look at a print for place.
Yeah, I couldn't separate them either, and we're pretty close to the wire, but I couldn't tell the second, third place apart. Street Gang is by Winning Fireworks out of an Angus Hall mare named Philly City Hall.
4-2-5, 4-2-5. Number 1, Peterbilt, 5. 2, Can't Top Me, 2. 3, Ordinary Fred, 4. 4, Street Gang, the winner. 5, Grandpa Pete, 3. 6, Man with the Plan was 6. 33-1, 104-4, 136-4, 208-3. 5-2-4, 136, 208-3. Bring your horses on the track for the 7th. Brady Clemens drives the 4. I'm Rockin' Country. Win, place, perfect a try, daily double. In the 8th, number 1, Jailhouse Hooch. Lucas Myers. In the 8th, you'll have Win, Perfecta Only, and of course the second half of the double.
Okay, we are coming back for the 7th race, 3-year-old filly Pace. And we will be back after our sponsors give us a little information.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Hey, welcome back to Zanesville. Want to thank our sponsors. We can do so much more, bring you so much more action, bring you so many more features by having these sponsors. So we really, really want to thank them a lot. We also want to thank the United States Trotting Association for giving us permission to give you the programs.
Get them together, parade in order.
That is their information, and we're thankful that they are able to give it to us so you can get those programs. I think the horses are all on the track. We're just going to give you a little information. The one horse, Not What She Said, if you'll notice, she made $92,000 last year. She raced in the Next Generation as a two-year-old. That's a $150,000 race, very early in the season, usually around the 4th of July. But she has paced a mile in 56-1 at Miami Valley Raceway earlier in May 2nd. And then they gave her a little time off, about 6 weeks off, and then started back at the fairs where she's been pacing 2-3-1, 2-3-1, 2-4-1. The mother of Not What She Said. Oh, we'll go to the post parade and then we'll tell you about
Pacers.
That dam.
Trophy by Abel's Heating and Cooling, $4,798. Number 1 is Not What She Said. Matt Rowe of Urbana. Folk Stables Incorporated of Springfield. Clarence Folk, the trainer, with Sean Barker. Number 2 is Topless on the Beach. Linda Ebersold of Chesterville, Ohio. Jeff Ebersold trains her. The driver, Derek Whitaker. 3 is Rockin' Moon. Richard Owings, MacArthur, Ohio. Earl Owings trains. Alex Hawk drives. 4, I'm Rockin' Country. Andy Malone of Waterford, Ohio. Fred Boyd trains. Brady Clemens in the bike. You got a couple minutes. Wager now.
Okay, the one horse, Not What She Said, was an Ohio Select Sale purchase for $10,000. And the mare of Not What She Said, Yankee Affection, has 15 foals of racing age. And those 15 add them together and they have earned $1.4 million, including a horse called Yes Hanover, who's got a mark of 150-4 and made $408,000. So this filly certainly has a pedigree to be a good horse, and she obviously raced very well last year. Had 11 starts, 3 wins, a second and 2/3, made $92,000, and had a mark of 154-4 as a 2-year-old. Topless on the Beach will be coming from the 2-hole. And the facet that this filly has paced this year at Northfield Park, she was in a Fillies and Mares Now Winners at 2, pacing 56-3, and earlier qualified in 59-1 at Scioto, and went a mile in 2 minutes and a fifth, finishing second at Hilliard. Rockin' Moon will have the 3-hole and was also a $10,000 purchase. Fastest mile she's gone this year is 56-1. She did win a race at Scioto Downs, but was placed second. So out of 9 starts, she's had 3 seconds and 1/3. And I'm Rockin' Country. We have a driver change to Brady Clemens. And this horse won her last start at Athens in 2-3-1, last quarter in 29. Start before that, she finished second at Piketon in 2-1. Came her last quarter in 28-1. And going back to the 3-horse, Rockin' Moon, she is a half-sister to a horse called Savannah Smiles, who's got a mark of 154 and made $76,000. So in just looking over this field, I mean, any one of them could be right there. And with only 4 in it, they all should get a decent trip. So I think this is going to be a really interesting race. We've got 3 of them that have paced in 56 at one time or another. The rail horse has that mark of 54-4 as a 2-year-old. And she is, of course, the richest filly in this race with $94,000. I think it's raining a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, but I see people going with umbrellas, so it's just kind of sprinkling. Sky is really pretty over there in the last turn. Yeah, that's really pretty sky. Looks like they're going to take one more short turn before heading to the gate.
Barner, have them ready for the 8th. Just as soon as this is over with, have them ready for the 8th.
Yep. Gate is in motion. The wings are opening. 4 3-year-old filly pacers. Not What She Said, Topless on the Beach, Rockin' Moon, and I'm Rockin' Country.
Gates rolling.
Let's throw it up to Chris Patterson for the call.
This race sponsored by Abel's Heating and Cooling, Cambridge, Zanesville. And racing fans, 2nd Division 3-year-old filly pacers are at the top of the stretch. Here they come. And away they go. Not What She Said at the rail with a burst. Rockin' Moon and Hawk up on the outside to take command. Topless on the Beach is 3rd. I'm Rockin' Country and 4th. Down the back lane they motor. Rockin' Moon and Alex Hawk, the boss by 2. Not What She Said is racing 2nd. Topless on the Beach 3rd. And I'm Rockin' Country. They're by the quarter in 30-1 through the mud and the blood and the beer, and on top, Rockin' Moon shows the way by 2.5. Not What She Said is 2nd. Topless at the Beach 3rd. I'm Rockin' Country is 4. They pass by the stands for the first time. Rockin' Moon the leader. Not What She Said is still 2nd. They're by the half a good 101-1. Topless on the Beach. I'm Rockin' Country, not fired yet. To the backside they motor. Rockin' Moon and Hawk opens up by 5. Not What She Said 2nd. Topless on the Beach on the outside 3rd. I'm Rockin' Country outside 3 wide and coming on at the 3/4 mile mark. Rockin' Moon 132-1 in at the rail. Topless on the Beach outside. I'm Rockin' Country. They're at the top of the stretch. Rockin' Moon and Hawk brings them into the lane. I'm Rockin' Country. Topless on the Beach. How high can Hawk fly? Rockin' Moon.
Hey, Alex Hawk and Rockin' Moon hang on for the win. That is her first win of this year, 3rd win of her life.
3, 4, 1. 30-1, 101-1, 132-1, 202-3. Rockin' Moon. First of the season.
Track record for 3-year-old facing fillies is She's Rough Stuff, set in 2003.
3, 4, 1 is official. Bring them on the track for the 8th.
Track record for 3-year-old filly pacer She's Rough Stuff, set in 2003, 158-3. You could tell leaving the gate that Alex Hawk wanted the front bad. He really hustled her out of there to get to the top. Guys are getting a little muddy out there now. Rain is just coming down. Not really hard, but enough to get everybody wet and muddy. Rockin' Moon.
In the winner's circle, winner of the 7th, second division for 3-0 Philly Pacers. Trophy by Abel's Heating and Cooling, $4,788. Richard Owings, MacArthur High. Earl Owings, True Answer. The Hawkster, Alex Hawk, the winning driver. Number 3, Rockin' Moon. 3-0 Bay Philly by Pet Rock. First of the season, 202 and 3. And Horseman. This filly sire, Pet Rock, stands at Midland Acres in Bloomingburg, Ohio. Not What She Said, 3. Topless on the Beach, 4. Rockin' Moon, the winner. I'm Rockin' Country, 2. 30 and 1, 101 and 1, 132 and 1, 202 and 3. 3, 4, 1, 2, 202 and 3. In the 8th, number 1, Jailhouse Hooch, Lucas Myers. You'll have win and perfect only.
What's interesting about this Rockin' Moon is that she had a record of 2, 2, and 3 at McConnellsville last year as a 2-year-old, and now she just equaled that as a 3-year-old, 2, 2, and 3 here at Zanesville. 8th race is coming up. It's the free-for-all trot. There's only 3 in it. Should be a good race, and we will be back after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to Zanesville, Ohio. We have the free-for-all trot coming up next. Jailhouse Hooch, who is a 12-year-old, has 148 lifetime starts, 10 wins, 15 seconds, and 22 thirds, has earned $59,000, and has a mark of 158 and 1 as an 8-year-old. So this is one of those nice old horses. He's just getting back started this year. He raced in 2020, and his last start before a long break was on January 19th at Northfield. And then he had off until July 27th when he qualified at Scioto Downs in 2 minutes and 4/5. Had another qualifier on August 3rd, 2 minutes and 2/5. Do We Know I Got It is a 7-year-old who has 60 lifetime starts, 9 wins, 6 seconds, 6 thirds, made $90,000. And has a mark as a 5-year-old of 154 and 3, taken at Miami Valley Racetrack. Won his last start on August 11th at Scioto Downs in a non-winners of $2,000 last 4 race in 156 and 2. Uncle Joe is a 5-year-old and was purchased as a yearling in the Blooded Horse sale for $16,000. Has 3 starts this year and 2 wins. 51 lifetime starts with 14 wins and $64,000. Here's Chris with the Pros Parade.
$1,000 purse. Number 1 is Jailhouse Hooch. Cynthia and Nancy Zirkle, Springfield. Dave Myers trains the driver, Lucas Myers. Number 2, Dewey, No, I Got It. Lionel Whitaker, Zanesville. Whitaker trains, Derek Whitaker driving. And number 3, Uncle Joe, Richard Owings of MacArthur. Buckskin trains, Alex Hawk in the bike. Win, perfect only, 2 minutes. Don't be shut out.
So I had made some notes to talk about the drivers because I thought it was quite interesting, but then David Myers isn't in this race anymore. But I was going to mention that he is the trainer still. But David started driving at age 18, and he is now in his 45th year of driving. USTA has been keeping records since 1977 that you can look up on Pathways, and in David's driving career, he has driven horses who have earned $4,891,000, and the horses he has trained have earned slightly over $1 million. And as I said, his 45th year of driving, that's pretty amazing. But he has turned the lines over tonight to Lucas Myers. Derek Whitaker is driving the 2-horse. Derek is 35 years old, and he's been driving since 2010. And the horses that he has driven have earned slightly over $1 million, $1,017,649. And Alex Hawk, who is just 29 years old, has been driving since 2013. And the horses he has driven have made $775,000. So all of these guys are good drivers. I know Alex drives a lot at the fairs, but it's interesting the difference in age. David, who was going to drive, is 62. Derek is 35. Alex is 29. Just shows you can drive at any age. We have Mr. Irvine, who is 70 and who's doing really, really well this summer at the fairs. And we have kids that are 17, 18, 19 years old that are driving. And that is one of the wonderful things about this sport, is that you can keep driving. As long as you were able to, you can keep on driving. The track record for age, the all-age track record, is held by that great horse Past the Vape in 157 3. I don't think we're going to see any mile like that tonight, but especially because it has been raining now for probably about 45 minutes. Horses are milling around on the backside. And looking ahead, tomorrow, Tom Pye and Austin Scott will be at Napoleon at the Henry County Fair. Post time for that is 5 o'clock. And Ashley Daly and Jason Bloom will be at Troy, and that starts at 6:30. Then on Wednesday the 18th, Tom Pye and Austin Scott will be back at Napoleon, and Frank Frost is traveling down to Rock Springs, and he will be there on the 18th and 19th, so Wednesday and Thursday. 4 o'clock post time on Wednesday, 1 o'clock post time on Thursday. Friday the 20th, Greenville starts its first of 3 days of racing, and we will be there at 6 o'clock on Friday the 20th at Greenville, and then back again at 6 o'clock on the 21st. 22nd, which is next Sunday, Wellington races at 4 o'clock, and then the 23rd, Lima's at 6:30 and Wellington at 11 a.m. On the 24th, we have 3 fairs going. We have Woodsfield, Post time is 3 o'clock. Hicksville, 6:30, and Lima, 6:30. And the 24th is also the start of the Blooded Horse Sale. So lots of action going on involving standardbreds on the 24th. So I hope you can join us. Go to harnessracingohio.com or our Facebook page. Our Facebook page will let you know where the races are going to be. We had 2 different Facebook pages going tonight and the YouTube page. But you should be able to go, like I said, to harnessracingohio.com and see all those races. So these 3 free-for-allers are behind the gate. Jailhouse Hooch, Do We Know I Got It, and Uncle Joe. We'll throw it up to Chris Patterson for the call of the last race tonight at Zanesville.
Free-for-all trotters are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Rough and trotty, Dewey, know I got it, going for the lead with a rush. Uncle Joe on the outside, and Hawk roars up and takes command with Uncle Joe. Dewey, know I got it is second. Jailhouse Hooch, Lucas Myers trotting third. Down the back lane they go, and Uncle Joe looking for 3 straight. Hawk's got him in high gear. Uncle Joe by 5. Dewey, no, I got it is trotting second for Whitaker. 29 seconds over the heavy track. Jailhouse Hooch trots third at the cones. Round the turn, Uncle Joe on top of the field. Dewey, no, I got it, and Derek Whitaker second. Jailhouse Hooch still third. They pass by the grandstand for the first time. Uncle Joe on top. Dewey, no, I got it is second. Jailhouse Hooch third. 59-3. Hawk going right down the yellow brick road with Uncle Joe. Dewey, no, I got it, is in a tighter second. Jailhouse Hooch a closer third. Down the back lane they go. Uncle Joe, the one to catch. Dewey, no, I got it is still second. Jailhouse Hooch trots third. They rock and roll to the 3/4 mile mark. Uncle Joe. Dewey, no, I got it on the outside. 3/4 over the heavy track. 1:30-3. Around the turn. Uncle Joe. Dewey, no, I got it. And Whitaker is loaded on the outside. Here he comes with a big burst down the lane. Dewey, no, you got it. Uncle Joe fighting second. Come to the wire. Dewey, no, I got it. Whitaker poured it on.
The hometown favorite, Dewey, know I got it, winning the free-for-all trot. I think that was the most cheering I heard all night here.
29, 59-3, 130-3, 201-4.
Quite a cheering section up here for the Whitakers. This is their home track, so it stands to reason that they're going to have a lot of people here. I've seen a number of Whitaker stable shirts tonight. It's nice to win, but it's nicer to win at your home fair, your home track.
In the winner's circle, the winner of the 8th free-for-all trot. Lionel Whitaker, Zanesville, Ohio. Lionel Whitaker, the trainer. Derek Whitaker, the winning driver. Number 2, Dewey, no, I got it. 7-year-old bay gelding. Second of the season, 201-4. Jailhouse Hooch 3. Dewey, no, I got it. The winner, Uncle Joe 2. 29, 59-3, 130-3, 201-4. Folks, that's going to wrap up harness racing here this year at the fair. Don't forget Rock Springs 8 on Wednesday, post time at 4 o'clock, pari-mutuel wagering. Enjoy the rest of your week here at the fair. God bless you. Stay safe.
We have lots of people in the winner's circle. More coming. Lots of kids. Nice to see a lot of kids in the winner's circle. Dewey Know I Got It. A Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe out of a vaporized mare named of Vapor Rises. That makes 61 lifetime starts, 10 lifetime wins, 6 seconds, 6 thirds. Career earnings right around $91,000. Okay, again, Dewey Know I Got It, winning the final race this year at Zanesville. Hope you have enjoyed the races that we've brought to you over the past couple days. For our entire broadcast crew from OHHA, Trot and Pace Marketing, we thank you for being with us. Hope to see you at a fair down the road. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.